Hello, this is Jason McMahon with Midwest Public Risk and Allison Thompson, and we're here to demonstrate how to get through the new Origami system for the NPR property data collection. We hope this video will make the transition to our new data collection a seamless and easy process for you. And obviously, if you have questions, you can contact us at the end. So let's get rolling.
So you're going to receive an email with your username and password, so you should have already received that. And then you're going to receive an email for each line of coverage that you have with NPR. So for this one, we're demonstrating the property data collection. So you'll get the email and there'll be a link in there. So you'll click the link.
Which is safe, we promise.
Then you'll enter your username and password. And then you'll see at the top it says the property schedule. So you'll go to My Value Survey. And then when you get in there, it defaults to vehicles. You'll see on the right it says the different lines of coverage. And those correspond with the old spreadsheet that we use with the tabs at the bottom. So all of that data has been taken from the spreadsheets and imported into Origami. So everything should have a similar feel. It's just a little bit different of a layout.
As you go in here, there's instructions kind of on the top to the left. There's two different ways. There's a single file or a multi-file. We'll start out with the single. If you go through and you find that, hey, they're right, all of my data is here, there's really nothing to change, then you can just submit it. But you see that somebody played a joke maybe and added this Ferrari. You can just click simply on the vehicle number and say that wasn't a Ferrari, that was a Ford. And it was really only $25,000. And then save that change, and you'll see that it changed that vehicle and the cost that goes with that vehicle.
So if you only have a couple changes, maybe you just need to add a vehicle or
update the price.
Yeah, update something on it. This is kind of a quick and easy way to do that. And you'll see at the bottom it says number of records, 214, and it only shows maybe 30 per page. So you'll just page through those to see all of yours.
Now, if you want to get a copy or you want to make multiple changes, you can kind of do the old, similar to the old way that we did. Over here on the right-hand side is a download spreadsheet, and you'll see it's only downloading vehicles. I've already done one of these, so I'm going to save it as the same one. Replace that one. And then when you open that spreadsheet, you'll see all sort of those columns or fields that are in there. The one difference is with this is we need to make sure that we don't adjust any of the columns. And you'll see that a new column added here is the inactive date. With the Origami being the database, we no longer delete vehicles as we dispose of them. We make them inactive. And you can either make them inactive here in the spreadsheet or back in the other system, and we'll show you that too. But let's change that Ford vehicle again and say, no, it's a Chevy. How about Chevy? And we can save it. If we need to add a vehicle, we can insert or go to the bottom. What you need to do is you'll see your member number on the left-hand side.
And this is a new number that's generated by Origami for their classification sorting purposes.
The vehicle number is their number, and it will auto-generate. So don't worry about that. Just leave it blank. We got 2016. Hello. see. It's $30,000, and we acquired it today. A little 1.6, and we'll say it's a medium. And we will save that file, that vehicles, and you can. One difference between the true share, where we like you to save everything as the same name and then upload it the same. In this system, you don't actually have to, because it's only going to upload the changes that have been made. So now we'll choose file.
And it's going to base everything off those column headers, so that's why we're asking you not to change those.
We'll grab vehicles and submit. It's thinking. And if you look up here, you get a summary, so you'd know if there was an error or not. So we added one, we updated 214. Oh, right.
I think the computer had too much turkey over Thanksgiving.
All right, so now we're back here. Here's our schedule. You can see the first change that we made, the second vehicle that we added.
And also from this screen, if you have a couple vehicles that you want to add, there's a new vehicle button there, so you'll just push that and then fill in the blanks. And again, that vehicle number will auto-generate, so you don't have to put anything there.
And again, like we said, when you take one out, say we sold this one today, 11/28, 2016, save. It removes it from our view here so that it's not part of your total insured value. If we click on the inactive, it'll show us that one. We can run all and see all the vehicles that you've ever had, but for the insurance purposes and the data collection, we'll only be pulling from the active. And that is, once you get done with that, you can submit your vehicles, and it will move you.
I think that actually submitted the entire schedule.
Of course it did. We'll go back to property.
So just like on the previous spreadsheet, you'll have these other selections over here to the side, to your tabs.
Here's your EDP.
And it's pretty much the same process as the vehicles. You can either go through and make individual line changes, or you can download the spreadsheet. And again, this has that same inactive date, where if you get rid of a copy machine or a John Deere tractor, you'll just click on it, fill in the inactive date, and it's done.
Inland Marine is the same way. Then boats, we have members with boats would be there. We're going to skip down to other property.
This is one thing that is a little bit different than what you're used to before. So in the other property, that's going to be things that don't have like a set address. That could be like,
we've got fishing docks, light posts,
sirens,
baseball fields and fences, things that are sort of external, that aren't necessarily a building, that have, are large enough to be kind of on their own, if you will. And those would go on other property. And again, if you have questions about us, just contact us and we can help make sure that those go in the right place. When we kind of cleaned the data and loaded it, we try to do the best that we could of already setting those up for you. So it's more of just checking what's there and verifying it, and then adding or subtracting things that somehow have been missed in the past. And then finally we'll go to the buildings here, which, just like the other ones, it's the same way. You can go in any individual building and update there. There is a lot of fields here that any information that you can add, we would certainly take in there. It'll give you a history of what that value has been. So in 2016, for instance, there's the value for this one. Maybe it's appreciated a little, or depending on what it is depreciated, and then we put those numbers in there. And a lot of times when we do the appraisals, this is where we'll do some of the major updating to these, and this information should correspond with the appraisals that we do. And again, you can download this spreadsheet if you wanted a copy of it, or you wanted to make large changes or look at it, all at once like that. You'll notice its locations, and from there you can open it and get all of the information.
And this should look pretty similar to the previous building spreadsheet that we had. So one thing you will notice on here though is that the EDP and contents values, the EDP and other property values, as we mentioned earlier, have been separated out. So this building schedule will only include the building replacement cost and the contents value.
And then you can mark that as complete, actually, and go to the next page. And if you look up there, as you do each one of these different sort of coverages, and you hit mark as complete, it turns them green so that you know that you've been there and completed that one. And then once you finish all of them, that's when you hit the submit and say, looks great, thanks, and hit submit. We'll be notified that you have finished your work on the property schedule, and we can compile that with the rest of the pool to get our coverages. Now, if you do need to make a change after you've done that, once you log in, you can hit your dashboards, and you'll see your tabs over here: property values, liability that we've done a video for, and workers' compensation. So you'll be able to update those if you have to, and we will get that information.
And this will be available to update and edit exposures through the renewal deadline date. So you can either use the email link that they sent, the original email, or you can go in here through the dashboard feature like Jason showed.
And if you have questions or comments, you can either contact your risk manager for help, or more helpful would probably be Allison, because she's a little more available, and there is her contact information. We really hope that this is going to be a pretty easy process going forward, because this is the system that we'll be doing, and we'll have more features that we'll be rolling out as time goes on. So thank you, and have a great day.